Here's the man who positively impacts millions of people every day. And he's beaming love your way right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Santisi.
It's a great day. I am Paul Santisi. I appreciate you tuning in and listening. This is podcast number 2. Folks, these podcasts are a lot of fun. They are being created with the intention for you, the listener, to learn something new and to feel better about yourself. To have that aha moment, that moment of mental clarity and self-awareness to actually go and apply what we discuss in your life and become a better person because of it. Each podcast episode, we will pick one topic and we will run with it for a few minutes. And folks, these are completely unrehearsed, unscripted. There's no editing. We are simply capturing the moment. Plus, during each episode, I'll be giving you ways to obtain some free stuff that I've made available, and that's always fun to do. Okay, like I said, this is podcast number 2. So make sure you go back and listen to the first podcast episode, as it was a great one. We talked about why you need to stop saying the word sorry, why you need to stop saying sorry over everything. And we talked about how most people, 99% of people, use the word sorry incorrectly and how this keeps your vibration very low and very weak. Now, on this podcast, let's talk about something that many of you are always asking me about. So many of you are asking me about this question. Your question is, how can I keep my vibration high all the time? Because people say, Paul, my emotions are up and down lately. They're all over the place. It's like an emotional roller coaster, and I don't know why. And they're asking, how can I be in control over how I feel and what I think about most of the time? And I have some information on this, and this is exactly what I learned from my mentors and what I've been applying for many years. So let's talk about this. This is a great observation, and I have some powerful information and insights to share with you. And instead of giving you a list of things to do and making it confusing to figure out, like most of the gurus and the so-called experts do, and they do this on purpose in most cases, they just talk a bunch of fluff and a bunch of sound good information, and you may be really excited after you hear the audio, but you have no clue what to do. You're confused. And that actually lets in doubt, which lowers your vibration and screws up everything anyway. So instead of doing that, I am just going to come out of the gate full speed ahead, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you can force yourself to think positive. Yes, that's what I said. How you can force yourself to think positive. And there is a way to do this. So let's discuss it for a few minutes. This is how you force yourself to think positive. Notice the word force. You're not hoping, wondering, wishing, trying to figure out maybe this will work, maybe that won't. This is how you force yourself to think positive. Now, depending on where you are in your own journey in life, this may take hours, days, weeks, or months for you to fully be in a better place mentally, emotionally, and energetically. We're all different. We're all at a different part in life. The great news is that this can be done by anyone. And there is some work involved initially, yes. But with a little conscious effort in daily application, it can be done by anyone. Remember this, folks, and I'll share a story with you. What others have done and are doing, you can do also. And I'll never forget the day that I heard this statement. I was around 19 years old. I was laying down in my bed. I was half asleep in the middle of the night. And I was listening to an audio cassette back then. You remember those? An audio cassette? And between being half awake and half asleep, I heard, what others have done, you can do also. When I heard this, well, I sat straight up in bed in amazement because I had this massive aha moment. And then when I did that, my calf knotted up and it hurt so bad. And I was in so much pain that I jolted my body. And when I did that, I slammed and knocked the side of my head off my window frame. And I saw stars, folks. Okay, I was lying in bed. I was holding my leg in pain. My head was throbbing. I was seeing stars. And all I kept hearing was, what others have done, you can do also. What others have done, you can do also. What others have done, you can do also. And I guess I had to go through that because I've never forgotten that phrase. And it is something that I've lived by ever since. What others have done, you can do also. Okay, getting back to the topic here, and I will say it just like this. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to fluff it, okay? At first, to start, this takes conscious practice. It takes a lot of practice. And you may have to do this technique. You may have to do this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times or more each day until it becomes a part of who you are, until it becomes a part of your permanent vibration. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, here is the magical technique. Say yes with me. Yes. Say it out loud. Yes. 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 I am ready. In order to force yourself to think positive, you must consciously focus on and think about what you are appreciative about in life. What do you appreciate? What do you appreciate? Now, for some of you, this is easy because there is so much that you're appreciative for in life. And I know for some of you, this may be the opposite. This may be really tough, really hard. And it's okay. I got you covered. Look, listen, pay attention. I am not creating these podcasts or any audios for a pat on the back. I am not looking for any Christmas cards from anyone, folks. And I mean that with a lot of love, okay? Although I do appreciate the ones who do send me Christmas cards that I do receive, and I do appreciate that very much. So thank you for those. However, that's not what we're talking about. The magic is when you think about and focus on what you are appreciative for in life, okay? This will force you to focus on and think about something positive. Key, pay attention. Now, for those of you who need a kick in the ass over this because you have no idea what to be appreciative about for, I have no clue on what I appreciate. There are some of you listening who are saying that right now. I have no idea what I'm appreciative for. My life sucks. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Listen. Can you agree that you appreciate the fact that you can hear this audio? Do you appreciate the fact that you have a mind? Or that you have a tongue that you can taste different foods? Are you appreciative that you have food to eat? Are you appreciative that you have air to breathe? Are you appreciative because at least you're alive in this moment? A lot of people are not, and you are. So that is something you can appreciate. Now, understand that you don't have to have these epic things to be appreciative over. It's not about anything. It's about the little things. And remember this, inch by inch, life is a cinch. And yard by yard, it's really hard. The magic is when, this is the magic. The magic is when the law of attraction responds to you being appreciative over something. And what will happen, it will give you more and more reasons to continue to be appreciative. Remember, folks, like thoughts create more like thoughts. So the objective in doing this is to replace the negative ball of energy that you've been carrying around with you inside of you for your whole life, for years and years and years, to be replaced with a ball of positive energy. Do you understand that? And being appreciative for one simple thing at a time, it's the most powerful way to do just that. Because the more reasons that you give yourself to be appreciative about something, anything, this causes your positive ball of energy to grow and to grow and to grow and to grow, eventually overpowering your ball of negative energy. Now, I know this sounds simple. And I also know that most of you won't take this seriously. And that's sad. It really is. But hey, listen to me. I'm not going to lose a night's sleep over whether you apply this in your life or not. It's not my job, and it's not your job to manage anyone else's emotions. And I'm not trying to. It's the opposite, really. And I'm sure many of you can appreciate where I'm coming from with that. Oh, whoa, what was that? There's that word again. Appreciate. So now you know the formula. That was it, folks. 5 minutes to learn and a lifetime to master. Trust me on that. So consciously, each day to start this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times or more, it's up to you and how bad you want this, okay? Focus on what you are appreciative about. And you can write these down if you want. You don't have to, but you can. And if you do want to write these down, make sure you must use white paper and a pen with blue ink. It must be white paper and it must be a pen with blue ink. And we'll talk more about that later. Or you can run what you are appreciative about just through your mind and feel it in the moment. And that's fantastic as well. And that's something that I do all the time. No matter where I am, what I'm doing, I'm always in a state of appreciation for something. Whether something good is presenting itself or something non-desirable, I am always in a state of appreciation. Even right now, I appreciate the fact that I have the opportunity to record this little positive rant and to share this knowledge with able people. And like I said, there is no right or wrong way to do this. It's the action of doing this and focusing on it that creates the results. And I should say that again. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's the action of doing this, the conscious action of doing this, and focusing on it that creates the results. Okay, now it's time for something free. We have created a free app, and it's for Apple and Android devices, and you may have heard about this and you may have not. It's called Paul Santisi Music Mastermind Radio. And this is a free 24/7 music app that's quickly becoming a game changer in the music industry. And this is why. Like I said, this is a free music app, but it's just not any music app, okay? It's unlike anything that's out there. Because each song that you will hear by each artist is very special. And right now there is hundreds of songs, and we're adding new songs to the mix all the time. But what makes it unique is I personally shared with each artist the power of pure positive intention and how to infuse this energy into each song that they create. And they're applying their intention in a very similar fashion to how I harness and broadcast my intention into everything that I create and share. So the result is Each song will leave you feeling fantastic and will raise your vibration automatically just by listening. And maybe I'll play a couple of songs at the end of this podcast just to kind of give you a taste of how special our little music club is. And we play all genres of music. There's instrumentals, hip-hop, techno, pop, R&B, country, you name it, we got you covered. And these are songs from some of the most influential artists from all over the planet who are creating music with the intention for the listener to feel better about themselves. We are collective. We are one. We are Paul Santisi Music Mastermind. We are a collective collaboration in musical consciousness. And we are, folks, we are just that. And we invite you to download the free app and experience the power of feel-good music. All you have to do, just go to the iTunes store for you Apple users, or Android users, go to the Google Play Store and just type in Paul Santisi Music. Paul Santisi Music. It's my name, Paul, Santisi Music, and it will pop right up, and you can download it for free, and you can start listening right away. Trust me, folks. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Once you experience this feel-good music, you will not only love who you will become, you will never want to listen to anything else ever again. Our music will keep your vibration high and will keep you feeling wonderful about yourself. So make sure to check that out right away. Okay, that's it. Podcast number 2 is over. I appreciate you for listening. Have a super day, everyone. We'll see you next time. Santisi out.
Sit back and relax. We got you covered. Playing nothing but energy-raising, feel-good music. We are Paul Santisi, Music Mastermind Radio.
Feel better now. Feel better right now. It feels good to be you, now you know it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. You the truth, feels good to show it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. Cause you the truth, feels good to show it. It was hard at first, now you know it. Can't leave the past behind, trying to quit. Wanna make a move, but it's slow. You ain't got time for that. Now you know it, know it. Tell me how it feel. You don't want to outgrow it. To know you're so for real. Tell me how well you know it. You the truth, better show it. It feels good to be you now, don't it? Trust me, life ain't over. Clean slate, I told you. You the best part of waking up like Folgers. You just getting younger, smarter and bolder. It feels good to have that weight lifted off your shoulder. It feels good to be you, now you know it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. You the truth, feels good to show it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. It feels good to be you, now you know it. You the truth, feels good to show it. They used to love, yeah, I know it. Feels like a waste of time, yeah, I know it. Make you wanna grab a drink and overpour it, but you can't do that. Now you know it, know it. Thought, sequel, more thought, saying you choose to win. Yo, outside looking good, that's how you feel within. You the truth, feel how good it feels. Do what you love, you'll find the real deal. It feels good to be you, don't it? It feels good to be you, don't it? It feels good to be you, don't it? It feels good to be you. Now you know it, know it. It feels good to be you. Now you know it. It feels good to be you. Now you know it. It feels good to be you. Now you know it. You the truth. Feels good to show it. It feels good to be you. Now you know it. It feels good to be you. Now you know it. It feels good to be you. Now you know it. You the truth. Feels good to show it. It feels good to be you. To be you. To be. To be. To be. To be you. It feels good to be you. To be. To be. To be. To be. To be. To be you. It feels good to be you. To be. To be. To be. To be. To be. To be you. It feels good to be you. To be. To be. To be. To be. To be. To be you.
It's today's hottest music in all genres. Full of intention. You are listening to Paul Santisi Music Mastermind Radio.